Hello everyone, welcome to the playlist of MATLAB training. We'll be moving on our fourth session. In the third session I have discussed 2D plot by using MATLAB. In this session I'll be continuing the previous session. In the previous session we have learned how to plot continuous function, then discrete function and how to plot different functions in a single graph and how to change different parameters, etc. So in this session, we are going to discuss how to make out subplot. That's very important. Then how to prepare the bar diagram. And what about the staircase plot? Stair plot, especially stair plot. You can call stair plot. How to make out the stair plot and how to make out pie diagram, etc. So a lot more examples also we are going to perform. Let us begin the session. Regarding plotting of subplots, you can use the command, that means subplot. This is a syntax, you can call syntax or you can call command for using the subplot is given by subplot m comma n comma p. These are the variables where m is representing how many rows are available and m represents number of rows, n representing number of columns, how many columns are applicable, then p representing the particular the diagram. Okay, that is actually P. Now let us discuss which is the position diagram, or you can call position. M stand for the number of rows, N stand for number of columns, P stand for which diagram, what is the position of the particular diagram. That is actually called subplot. Now let us do a simple example how to make a subplot. Actually, this is one of the example for you. So we have one graph. So one graph will be divided into two separate picture or two separate diagram. One diagram is applicable for sine function, other diagram is for cos function. But only one diagrams. Here how many rows will be there? First row and second row. Two rows will be there. And how many columns? Only one column. Just like a matrix form. You remember, you can compare just like a matrix. And sine function is concerning for the first diagram. This is the position, first position, where cosine function is the second position. Likewise, you can remember. Now let us work out these example with the help of MATLAB software. You have to double click the particular MATLAB software and you can go to the editor file. In that editor file, you can start typing the program. Let us make out first. I have started typing the program. So clear the command window, clear the previous variable because we have done the program early. Then I'll be defining the value of x. X will be varying from 0 to 10 at an increment of 0.01. Then I'll be defining the first function, that is equal to y is equal to sin x. Now I need to make out the subplot. So you can use the command subplot, open the parenthesis. Here, how many rows will be there? There are two rows exactly. And how many columns? Only one column. And regarding sin x, which should be the position of the sin x? That means first position. So let me call 1. Then you can close the parenthesis. If you want, you can put the semicolon also. Now what you can do? You can use the plot. Because we have to plot now. So you can use the command plot because it's a continuous function. Plot x comma y. You can close the parenthesis and terminate the statement by putting semicolon. If you want, you can put the labeling x label. This is optional, not mandatory. I'll be putting x. X label is over. Similarly, labeling can be done for y axis also. Take care the spelling. So y labeling is also completed. Then if you want, you can put the title. Single inverted comma. If you want, you can put a sine function. Sine function. You have the privilege to type any words. There is no restrictions. This portion is over. If you want, you can put the grid on. So first part is over. Now let me move on. If you want, you can make the axis equal also. Okay, this portion is over. Now we will be doing the second diagram. I need to occupy or I need to accommodate the second diagram in a particular graph. So graph will be divided actually. Now, let me make out for cosine function. Anyway, we already defined the value of x. X range has been specified very clearly. Okay. Now let me call the function. Let me call other variable. We can choose any other variable. Let me call y1 for my convenience. Y1 equal to cos x. Y1 equal to cos x. This portion is over. Then you have to make the subplot. Let me ask one question. How many rows will be there? There are two rows. And how many columns? Only one column. Only one column. Now what is the position of the second function? Obviously 2. Now we can close the parenthesis and put the semicolon for the termination of the statement. Now let us plot. You can use the command plot x comma y1. This portion is over. X comma y1. Now if you want, you can put the labeling. Labeling is over. Labeling on the x-axis is over. Then y label. Let me give y labeling is completed. Thereafter, if you want, you can give the title. Cosine function. Cosine function. Then grid can be turned on. Let the grid be there. Grid on. Then axis equal. These things can be done. Thereafter, you can save the program. So I'll be saving the program. Then you can run. Wait for a while. Yes, the graph has been appeared. Now the whole whole diagram has been divided into two. That means there are two rows now. One, two rows. How many columns? One column. And let us look at the first diagram. This is concerning for sine function. Correct, no? So this is regarding the sine. So first part is over. Then let us look at the second portion. That is regarding the cos. Okay. So this is the way how to plot the subplot. This will be really useful for your research work if you are doing many number of if you are performing harmonic analysis or any type of research work. If you are performing, you will be having a lot of curve. Okay, definitely this will be really helpful, especially if you are doing total harmonic distortion THD analysis. This area will be really helpful. Moreover, if you want to compare different functions like sine function, cosine function, tan function, likewise you can compare different functions. That is also really helpful if you are doing subplot. This is the application of subplot. We have learned how to make out subplot. Do remember the syntax. Subplot, then open the parenthesis, number of rows, number of column, and position. Only that much. Now let us study how to make out the bar diagram. So this is mainly used for the business analysis, and you can able to do the basic kind of statics. Statistics is available in one of the branch of mathematics. Statistics. Okay. In statistics, you can able to compare different data. It's mainly used for the data analysis. Mainly used for the business analyst. Okay. We can. These are the various applications of a bar diagram. Now let us learn how to make out the bar diagram with the help of MATLAB. So bar diagram can be drawn either horizontally or vertically. If you want to perform vertically, bar diagram in vertical manner, normally we will be doing vertically. So you can use the syntax or you can use the command BAR. If you want to make out in horizontally, you can use the command BARH. Then you can mention. Clear? Anyway, we require x-axis and y-axis. I mean x parameter and y parameters are required. Then you can directly give the command. If you want to make out the bar diagram vertically, better you can put the bar, open one parenthesis, first variable, comma second variable. If you want to make out the bar diagram in horizontally, you can use BARH, then open the parenthesis, then one variable, comma another variable. Likewise, you can make out. Let me work out one example how to make out the bar diagram with the help of MATLAB software. So we have one example. The problem is, let us have an imaginary classroom with 10 students. There are 10 students. We know the percentage of marks obtained by these students are 75 percentage, 58 percentage, 90 percentage, 87, 50, 85, 92, 75, 60 and 95%. These are the percentage obtained. So we need to make the comparison. We have to prepare a report. In that report, we need to mention the percentage of each student. So we will draw the bar data. That is more convenient. In spite, rather than explaining these kind of lines, better if you put a bar diagram, it is more informative. So let us make out. So go to editor file of the MATLAB and let us make the comment. Okay. Now let's type the program. So clear all. Then you can put CLC also. Then let us define X. You can define. So there are 10 students. So we can mention like 1 to 10. There are 10 students. Okay. That means we'll be getting the number like 1, 2, 3, likewise we'll be getting. No need to mention increment once again. It is by understood we'll be getting. By default we'll be getting. Then you can mention the y parameter. Okay. Y is equal to, you can mention the percentage of marks. 75, 80, then 87, 50, then 85, 92. Anything you can type, but based on the questions we'll be doing only that much. 75, 95. You can close the square bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the information regarding 10 students. Now we can use the comment BAR. You require a vertical graph. So BAR, you can put X, comma, Y. If you want, you can put the termination also. Now labeling can be done. Label. X label, it will be students, right? Student. Of course, it should be a student. Y label can be done. You need to do Y label. You can type anything. Score. Score. That is enough. Score. Now we can give the title. Type anything you can type. There is no restrictions. If you want, you can give the grid on anything. Let me work out this. Let me run first. Before that, let us save. Let us save. Thereafter, you can run and wait for a while. And the data is now in a presentable form. Student 1, he has obtained this much of percentage. Student 2 and student 3. From this we can identify which student has scored highest. That means 10th student scored highest marks. It is very clear, right? In spite of writing all the information, this is in a pictorial form, in a graphical manner, it is very clear. If you want, you can put the grid on also. Save again, because you have modified, no, you have modified the program, so that you have to save once again, then run it. Now you can check the nature of the graph. Now grid is available, grid is present. So this is the way how to make out in a convincible manner. Okay, this is easy. This can be convinced any others very easily, so that's a speciality. So this is the way how to make out the bar diagram in vertical. Suppose I require the bar diagram in horizontal manner. So what modification has to be done? I have to put H here, BAR H. So let me make out the curve corresponding to horizontal diagram. So let me put H. So BAR H. Then I have to save. Then I would like to run. Now let us see the output. See, the diagram which I obtained is in a horizontal fashion. I hope you have understood how to make out the bar diagram in vertical manner and a horizontal manner. So you can do the analysis in this manner. This will be really helpful for preparing progress report or data analysis or comparing the different quantities. Okay, this can be used for business applications also, business purpose also. Now let's study how to make out the stair plot. How we can make out the stair plot. So you can use the command like stairs, then open the parenthesis, variable 1 and variable 2. Like this you can make out. Now let me work out the stair plot. So you have to open the editor file of the MATLAB. Let me start typing the program. So first and foremost thing, let us define the x. 0, can type here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Let it be till 5. Then you can put the variable y equal to, so let us start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what you can do is you can use the command stairs, stairs. Take out the spelling x comma y, variables are x comma y. You can close the parenthesis. Now let us save the program first. Later you can run. Wait for a while. Yes, I have got the curve like this. This is a step function. I'll be getting a step like structure. So that is why it is known as the staircase function. Or you can save this program. If you want, you can give the title, X labeling, Y labeling, everything can be done. Okay, that is optional. Grid also can be turned on so that you'll be getting like a graph like structure. So graph like manner also you'll be getting. Now let us learn how to make out the polar plot. This curve will be suitable for the control systems. You can, if you are drawing the polar plot, this will be really helpful. So how to make out the polar plot with the help of MATLAB. I'll be teaching you the commands used to make out the polar plot. So let us go to MATLAB. So before that you can familiar the command, that is compass. Compass variable 1, variable 2. So this command can be remembered. Now let's put the variable for x and y. So I'll be calling two variables. I have decided the variables name as x and y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, I'll be calling the same data for y also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to get the polar plot, what you can do is you can use the command like compass. COMPASS. Then you can put variable x and y. Semicolon you can give. Now let me save. Grid on, everything can be done. If you want, you can give the grid on also. Save, then you can run. Immediately you will be getting the curve. You can very clearly observe the polar plot. This is the polar plot. This can be applied in control systems. So you can save the curve and make use of for the future reference. So likewise, we can make out for pie diagram also. So you can how to make out the pie diagram. This also will be really helpful for data analysis, especially if you want to study about Indian energy scenario and world energy scenario or scenario of energy scenario of any other country for census. Likewise, many applications you can do. Okay, so this is actually one of the main tool which can be used for the understanding the energy sector. What are the energy scenario or different categories of different countries. Likewise, you can do the analysis. Okay, let us make out how to do the pie diagram with the help of MATLAB. You can open the editor file of the particular MATLAB software. Now so you can type the program CLC, then clear all, then you can define the variable x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can type the command PIE for pie diagram. Then you can open one parenthesis, then you can put the variable name, close the parenthesis, then you can put the semicolon. Save first, then you can go for run. Now we could obtain the pie diagram corresponding to the data. Okay, so this is the way how to make out the pie diagram. This will be really helpful for understanding different energy scenario, sensors. Okay, so different data analysis will be possible with the help of this pie diagram. I have got the same diagram with the help of MATLAB. let's conclude the session. We can use the command plot variable 1, variable y, and these are the line specifiers for plotting the continuous function. If you want to plot the discrete function, you can use the command stem. Similarly, these are the other commands which will be really helpful for the plotting of functions with the help of MATLAB. Grid on. If you want, you can turn off the grid by using grid off. Okay. Similarly, axis. If you want to turn on axis on, you can make out axis equal, minimum axis. Everything can be done. Similarly, box on and off also can be possible. For labeling of x-axis, y-axis, you can put x label and y label. Similarly, you can use the title. You can provide the title of the graph by using the command title. Similarly, text also can be done by using the command text. Text of variable 1, comma variable 2, comma, we can put text in single inverted comma. Then gtext. So the main purpose of using gtext is adds text at manually with a mouse indicated by the point. The usage will be very rare, but this also can use. Then legender box I already explained, just for indication of different curves. Suppose you have a graph. In the graph there are two functions. How to identify the functions? You can use the legend box. Okay, for that purpose you can use the command legend. And legend off is also possible. If you want to remove that particular legend box, you can use the command legend off. So to clear the current figure, you can use the command clf. So you know how to clear the variable in command window. Okay, clc you can put clear all the command screen, command what are the variables you typed, clear all you can use. So if you want to clear the all the things in command window, you can use clc, clear the command window. Likewise, if you want to remove the or clear the figure, you can use clf, because the previous figure will be added up there. So if you want to clear the previous figure, you can use clf. And a subplot, you can use subplot. Then you can open the parenthesis, then number of rows, number of columns, and the position of the particular diagram. You can use the subplot. Similarly, hold on is also useful for the complicated or lengthy program. To freeze the plot, you can use the hold on. Okay, these are the various commands which will be used for plotting different functions in MATLAB. In the next session, I'll be doing the 3D plot that I'll be discussing in the upcoming session. Thank you very much for watching this video.